This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Rommel's Ace Hardware.
You know, one of the best things about living here on Delmarva is our access to the water. There's absolutely no shortage of it, from the serene banks of a pond or a river to the crashing waves of the ocean.
Oh, I love it. And one way to have fun in the water, going out on a kayak. Rommel's Ace stores actually allow you to buy or rent them. And as Brian Spira shows us, whether you're an avid kayaker or not, paddling through the water with one can be a lot of fun.
Not everyone owns a boat, but that doesn't mean you have to be stuck on land. A kayak can help get you out on the water if that's where you want to be.
We have a kayak, to be honest with you, for pretty much any body of water that you could think of.
Sean Bounds is the general manager of the Rommel's Ace in Cambridge. He says the company began renting and selling kayaks about 3 years ago.
We have an extremely large selection of kayaks now. We're the largest distributor, wholesaler of immersion kayaks on the East Coast now. Every one of our Rommel's Ace stores has full selection of every different kind of kayak, all the different colors, sizes, kids, adults, everything you could look for.
Brian Burkholder, general manager of the Seaford Rommel's Ace, says these kayaks make a great activity for just 2 people or the whole family.
They add a little element of fun to any family activity you do, be it grilling, camping, fishing. We've got kayaks that are already outfitted to go from the factory for fishing. They've got rod holders. Some of them have multiple rod holders and cleats where you can anchor off. You know, there's also a lot of health benefits. I mean, you go out, you don't realize that you're working out, but you're burning a lot of calories. It's just a lot of fun.
Brian and Sean took us out to Trap Pond State Park in Laurel to show us the different types of kayaks. This is a spot where many people come to enjoy the scenery, especially from the vantage point of the water.
We have kayaks that were rated for rapids all the way down to a sit-still pond like here, like at Trap Pond. We have ocean kayaks. We got stand-on-top paddle boards, so you're pretty much, it's unlimited to what you could use them for. When picking out a kayak, it's all about what you're going to be using the kayak for. If you're going to be fishing, if you're going to be just on ponds, going slow, checking out scenery, stuff like that, you might want to go with more of a smaller, sit-on-top, basic kayak. As you're getting really more into going for distance, going, you know, for speed, actually, you know, traveling, checking some stuff out, you want to get in your sit-in sides, a little bit nicer, longer kayaks, and it's just all about preference.
When it comes to renting, it's up to you to transport the kayak from the store to the launching point. Sean says Rommel's Ace sells racks for you to put on your vehicle to make it a little easier. Once in the water, you also have to think about safety.
Definitely you want to have a life jacket that's properly fitting. It needs to be the right size. If you're a large person, you need a large life jacket. If you're an infant, you need to have an infant life jacket. If you're taking the pup out, make sure the puppy has a life jacket. We have those. If you're going out, it's state law, you need to have a whistle on your person. Whenever we send a rental out, they always have a whistle on the life jacket itself. That way you can signal for help. Whenever you go out, you need to have a paddling plan. You need to tell your friends, your wife, your mother, your father, where you're going, when you're leaving, when you're planning to come back. You need to know the local waterways. You need to make sure that they have a map. If you don't have a map and don't know the waterways, stop in your local Rommel's Ace.
Also, don't let the sunny blue sky fool you. Here on Delmarva, the weather can change in an instant. So before you venture out on the water, check the weather.
If you're going out for 5-10 minutes just for exercise, that's one thing, but if you're going to go out for hours and take a couple-mile trek, you need to plan.
I went out on one of the kayaks with Brian to get a feel for how it handles.
All right, I'm ready to push off.
Once out on the water, it took a little bit of maneuvering to get used to the paddle, but after a matter of seconds, it was smooth sailing. Brian says if the water has waves or a strong current, make sure you know how to handle anything that comes your way.
You know, you get caught in currents and sometimes you may lose control of the kayak and it may tip over. You know, a lot of people associate kayaks with being tippy. That was a canoe thing. Canoes are tippy, kayaks are very stable. Most of our kayaks are designed for entry-level to mid-level paddlers, so you really have to work to tip them. But if you do, they're neutrally buoyant, so they're not going to sink. Just get the safety. Make sure that you've got a safety plan. Don't worry about the kayak. You can always get the kayak later. Your safety's first. Get to shore, and then worry about the kayak.
Also, Brian and Sean add, don't kayak alone. Bring a friend or family member with you for safety's sake. And of course, don't forget to enjoy your on-the-water adventure.
Some other safety tips: make sure you bring water and snacks in case you need them.
Also, the kayak rentals, 24 hours, so the best thing for you to do is call ahead, call Rommel, and let them know you need one or more. Make sure you reserve that several days in advance before you actually need it.